Okay, magandang hapon po sa ating lahat at panibagong reaction dito kay Presidente Bongbong Marcos sa kanyang press briefing sa Malacanang. At isa sa mga highlights doon ay sinabi niya na kung hindi pa lang siya presidente ay sasali siya sa rally. Yan ang ano niya. Kung hindi pa raw siya presidente, sasali siya sa rally. Sabi ko, parang may sablay doon sa sinabi niya. Kasi nagrarally naman kami, ang mga tao, sa pagkakaalam ko, nagrarally yung mga tao kasi gusto nilang mapatalsik ka. So ngayon, ikaw, kung hindi ka pa presidente, gusto kang sasali sa rally para patalsikin mo ang sarili mo. Ganon. Isa yun sa mga highlights at sinagot niya ang patungkol dito kay sa isang reporter. I'm not so sure kung anong mainstream media yon. Basta ang sinabi doon sa tanong na ikaw ba ay laging nabanggit ang pangalang Zaldico at Martin Romualdez, willing ka ba na yung independent body mo na ginagawa mo na pati itong pinsan mo na si Martin Romualdez ay maimbestigahan rin? Idi sabi niya, wala namang maniniwala sa akin siguro kung hindi ko yan gagawin. Di ba? So sabi ko sa sarili ko, kasi yung independent na ano mo, na body na ginagawa mo ngayon to investigate these people who are involving this anomaly of the flood control projects, ewan ko na lang kung yung independent body na yan ay pupunta yan kay Martin Romualdez. Wag mo na kaming budulin kasi kaya nga kami, lahat ng mga pinagsasabi mo ngayon, hindi na nga kayo pinapaniwalaan ng taong bayan kasi marami ng beses na ang dami mong satsat pero hindi mo naman ginawa. So, ngayon, sasabihin mo na, wala, pati pinsan ko, kung aabot sa kanya yung investigasyon, walang sasantuhin, iimbestigahan. Ang tanong, yung independent body na ginagawa mo, aabot ba yan kay Martin Romualdez? Yan ang pinaka-question kasi tingnan natin na wag puro dakdak sa bibig mo. Okay? Iba kasi yung magdadakdak ka sa bibig mo kaysa gagawin mo talaga. Maraming beses ka ng ganyan. Yung dati, sinabi mo, 5,500 flood control projects na ang nag-ooperate. Ang yabang-yabang mo doon sa zona. Yun pala, 5,500 palang problema ang ibinigay mo sa taong bayan. Di ba? Ganun lang kasimple yung argumento. Huwag kang magpakampante sa mga pagyayabang mo kasi yung ipinagmamayabang mo, it might be the problem of the people. Di ba? So, yun po ang ating panoorin, reaksyonan ngayong araw na ito. Pero bago ang lahat, help me po muna na i-like at saka i-share itong video na ito para guys, kakalat ito sa taong bayan. Okay? Sabay-sabay muna tayong mag-like and share sa Donmar TV. Itong video na ito, like and share. 1, 2, 3, go! Okay, naka-like and share na ba lahat? And also guys, sa mga bago pa lang dito sa aking channel, mag-subscribe na po kayo para lagi kayong updated sa ating mga balita. And at the same time, yung mga cellphone ninyo, ma-notify yan kung meron tayong breaking news, bagong uploads, o kung nagla-live ang ating channel. Ma-notify kayo lahat dyan. Kaya mahalaga po na mag-subscribe tayo sa Donmar TV. 1, 2, 3, go! Ayan, nakasubscribe na ba lahat? Okay, so eto. Please welcome Mr. Bongbong Marcos. Yan. Ito. Lawakan na siya.
Good morning, everyone.
Hinihingal ka, Mr. President. Ha? Relax muna. Hinihingal siya eh.
I asked to speak to all of you today so that I could bring you up to date and report to the people about what has been happening concerning the ICI.
May ballpen siya dito sa kanyang left yata, di ba? Kung siya, magkano kaya yung ballpen na yan? Mahal siguro, no? Kasi yung mga ballpen ng mga, ano yan eh, exclusive ballpen ng mga presidente yan eh. Not only presidente, baka ballpen yan ng mga, yung mga pulboronic ballpen ba? Joke lang, Mr. President.
At maraming tanong. The ICI, we've come to call it the ICI because it is the Independent Commission on Infrastructure. And that is the independent commission that we are organizing. And as of yesterday, this is the way the commission is going to be organized. Justice Andy Reyes will be the chairperson of the ICI. He was a presiding judge of the Court of Appeals before. He has been a jurist for a very, very long time with a very good record of honesty and fairness and good.
Very good, fairness and honest. Hindi kagaya sa'yo. Sabi nga ni Eleni Robredo, sinungaling.
Record of being able to find justice for those who have been victimized. And together with him are, of course, Babe Singson, who I think is familiar to everyone, as the former DPWH secretary. But beyond that, he has always been working in terms of the infrastructure. And as a former DPWH secretary, he has a good idea of, shall we say, where the bodies are buried. So that will give us immediately a advantage when we're doing this, when the commission is doing its investigation. And of course, the last member is Rosana Fajardo, who is the country managing partner of SGV & Co. She is a certified public accountant, and she has, again, with her experience, and we are hoping to take advantage also with some of the experts that they have in SGV in terms of accounting, forensic accounting, all of these things that will be necessary. We have included Mayor Benji Magalong as a special advisor as well.
Ito na yung independent body. The composition of the independent body, Bongbong Marcos ngayon is naming the members. Okay? Isa dito si Mayor Magalong. Mayor Magalong, ingat ka ha. Huwag kang magpadala. Mayor Magalong, kilala ka namin na talagang kung sino yung sangkot dito ay talagang sasabihin mo sa tao, okay? Dahil malapit ka na ngayon sa presidente, ni Bongbong Marcos, kahit si Tambaluslos, wala kang sasantuhin, okay? Kasi kung matutuklasan namin na parang hindi patungo pa doon at bias ka, mawawala na yung trust namin sa iyo, Magalong, okay? Yan lang.
There have been questions as to why Mayor Benji has been included, and the answer is very simple. When I went to Baguio, tinignan ko yung mga malabo na flood control project, ay sinalubong niya kaagad ako ng isang report. Investigador naman talaga si Mayor Benji. Kung maalala ninyo, he was the one who wrote...
pero criticize yan ng PCO mo, si Auntie Claire. Criticize yan eh.
As CIDG head, he was the one who wrote the seminal report on the Mama Sapano incident. And that was immediately that gave me... That's when I came to know of him and saw that he has integrity. And then again, when I went to Baguio, meron na siyang, being a good investigator, he had a very, very detailed, very good report already. So he's been
Ganon yung good leader. Ha? Good leadership should be detailed. Ang tanong, ikaw? Ikaw, ano ka? Wala ka.
working on this for a while. So marami siyang mako-contribute. So what are the commission's powers? Well, there was a there was a discussion, of course, as to what were the powers to be granted to the commission. And the debate centered around whether they will have subpoena powers, and they can also hold people in contempt. Well, upon discussion, we felt clearly that the subpoena powers were necessary. However, the contempt powers, the power to hold people in contempt, I think was not necessary, simply because this is not a prosecutorial body, this is an investigative body. So what the commission will do is that they will investigate, they will call people in, they will subpoena records, they will conduct hearings, and once they have their findings, they will forward those findings to the proper agency. Should it be the Ombudsman? Should it be the DOJ? If it's an administrative case of government employees, Civil Service Commission, and all of the proper agencies, doon lang sila magrekomenda. And if such personalities continue to avoid or not cooperate with the Ombudsman or the DOJ, doon sila mako-contempt. So we do not lose that power or capability to hold people in contempt should they not cooperate, should they not respect subpoenas, etc. So yun na ngayon ang ating sitwasyon. We are I'm very encouraged because nung nakausap ko sila, all of them are in agreement that we have to move very quickly. And we have to get something done as quickly as possible. Hindi pwedeng mapanis lahat itong information na binigay ng taong bayan doon sa isumbong mo sa Pangulo. Kaya sabi namin, bilisan na lang talaga ninyo. And that's why they have to meet as often as possible. That is for them to decide. They have already decided to meet today to make the organizational decisions that need to be made, i.e., how the Secretariat is going to be organized, what sort of people they need to bring that, where their offices will be, kahit yung mga forms na gagawin para doon sa commission, they have to set that. And when asked how often you plan on meeting, ang sagot sa akin, araw-araw. They will meet every day. And either privately or they will hold I don't know if they plan to hold hearings in public. It's all up to them. What I want to stress here is that the independent nature of this commission. Hindi kami makikialam sa trabaho nila. We will, of course, be in discussion with them. We will ask them, ano nangyari, what have you found, what are we doing next, etc. But we are not about to direct them as to how they are going to conduct their investigations. And we are going to leave it up to them. As a matter of fact, in our discussions with them, they also said, may we make suggestions, may we make proposals so as to the procedure for bidding.
Siguraduhin mo lang yung word na suggestion, ha? Baka isa-suggest mo na, wag mo nang isala yung pinsan ko. Hindi yun pwede, Mr. President, ha? Wag nang isali si Zaldico. Hindi yun pwede, ha? Yung mga suggestion na ganyan, Mr. President, ha? Wag ka na lang mag-suggest.
For all these contracts, para hindi na maulit ito. And we, of course, I said, we're perfectly open to that. What we really want is to fix the system. I was very encouraged because in my meetings with Justice Andy yesterday, sabi niya, this has to be, we have to make it nothing less than a turning point in the conduct of governance in the Philippines. We have to make a change, and it is a fundamental change in the way that we do business. There also have been questions as to why the scope of the investigation is over 10 years, or the last 10 years rather. The answer is twofold. The practical answer is this: COA is only required to keep records for 10 years. So those are the records that we know we have, na nakakasiguro tayo na matulungan yun. Pangalawa doon, kaya't we'll do it for as long as possible dahil marami na tayong napag-usapan, at isa sa napakahalaga para sa akin, malaman paano tayo napunta sa ganito. Ba't nagkaganito yung gobyerno natin? Paano nangyari ganito yung naging bidding? Paano nangyari na ganito ang naging pagbigay ng kontrata? How did this evolve? Dahil nung sa experience ko sa local governments, experience ko sa legislature, hindi naman ganito. Ngayon lang, we have to find out how this happened. And
baka ikaw lang ang hindi mo alam. Kasi halos lahat ng totoo. Kasi halos lahat ng presidente alam yan eh. Halos lahat siguro ng mga congressman, mayors, alam na ng ganyang modus. Ikaw lang ang walang alam. O ang tanong, nagpawalang alam-alaman. Diba? Huwag ka nang magpa-inosente-inosente.
What are the changes that we need to make so that we make this into an inflection point in terms of how government does its business, and to make sure that the funds that belong to the people are well spent and properly spent to the advantage of all of us, to the advantage of the economy, to the advantage of those who are in danger areas. So that is why the 10-year period. Those are the two reasons, basically, why the 10-year period was specified. To go further, we are actually now, since we have canceled all flood control projects for 2026, those savings, we already put a menu. Kaya para nga, unang-una, kahit na for the budget na sinusulat ngayon, kailangan na maliwanag na mapupunta sa tamang lugar. And so we have made a menu for our legislators to follow and say that all insertions, all changes made can only be made to the benefit of these agencies here. We'll give you this. You can take a picture now, but we will give you a proper image. And they basically cover education, agriculture, health, housing, infra, ICT, labor, social, energy. Pero ibang nature nito. So that is the first step that we are taking. The other step that I was a little surprised to find out was that kapag tinanggal na yung rule na dati na kapag may project ang national government sa isang LGU, pag tapos na yung project, kailangan i-accept nung mayor, kailangan i-accept nung governor. Kati barangay captain, kailangan tatanggapin niya, titignan nila. And this is an important safeguard. Dahil, pagka nasa LGU ka, hindi mo naman pinagkikitaan yung project. Kaya, ang maliwanag, titignan to talaga na tama, na yung kalsada, 8 inches talaga yung konkreto. Pagka may asphalt overlay, makapal talaga yung asphalt overlay. Yung flood control, lahat yan. And so I have instructed the DPWH, and for that matter, all of the departments to return that. Tinanggal in the last administration yan yung acceptance. Alala ko nung governor ako, walang natatapos na, walang pwedeng sabihin completed kung hindi accepted ng local government. babalik natin yun. Tinanggal nila in the last administration. We are putting it back because that is one of the best safeguards that we have. So that is essentially the situation as it stands. We are trying to move as quickly as possible. In the meantime, of course, our attention continues to be directed to the work of government, that the infrastructure development continues, that our education program continues, that our social programs also continue na walang patid. As a matter of fact, we are accelerating them and increasing them. So that's generally the situation. But so now I'll open the floor for questions.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. President. The first question will come from Kat Domingo of ABS-CBN.
Good morning, Mr. President. Sir, in terms of priorities and focus, how different would the investigation of your independent panel be compared to what we've seen in the House and in the Senate?
It will be completely independent. That's something that cannot be said if, for example, the Senate conducts, well, maraming nababanggit na senador. If the House conducts the investigation, marami ring nababanggit na congressman. Kaya sinasabi ng mga tao, bakit naman nag-iimbestiga sila but they're investigating themselves, which is always a little bit of a difficult situation. It's hard to be fair. But they are, of course, as I said before, it's their prerogative to conduct such investigations. However, so as to make it very, very clear to people that this is independent. I would like to stress this over and over again. It is an independent commission, and that is why we have taken great pains to make sure that that independence is respected, is recognized, and is observed. And that's what we plan to do. And that's the difference, is that we can say, at least this commission can say, they have no ties to any part of government. If you look, they are all out of government. They are all personalities who are out of government, except for Mayor Benji Magalong. The reason he became a special advisor is because he would have had to give up his mayorship to take on this position. So he chose to keep his mayorship. I don't blame him, but nonetheless, we can use his talents. But that is the specific. That is for us the differences that we can point to show that it is in fact independent.
Sir, just a follow-up question. Congressman Toby Tiangco has blamed your cousin, House Speaker Ferdinand Martin Romualdez, as well as former House Appropriations Chair Zaldico as one of the culprits behind the schemes. Aside from repeatedly mentioning that the panel will be independent, how do you convince the public that your cousin and other allies, both in the House and in the Senate, would not be spared from the scrutiny of this panel?
Kaya ba?
Well, there's only one way to do it, isn't there? They will not be spared.
Tingnan lang natin yan, Mr. President, ha? Tingnan lang natin yan. Kasi yung mga sinasabi mong yan, babalikan yan ng tao.
Anybody will say, hindi, wala tayong kinikilingan, wala tayong tinutulungan. Wala namang maniniwala sa'yo hanggat gawin mo eh. So, gagawin namin. All right.
Thank you, Mr. President. The next question from Rich Bon, Daily Tribune.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Can you tell us more, sir, about the selection process of the ICI? Were there others po ba that who were considered to join the commission?
It wasn't. We opened the process to people. We said that we need independent people to man or to occupy the positions in the commission, and so that's what we tried to do. And we contacted many people and see if they if they were willing. But essentially what we needed was somebody like Justice Andy Reyes, because he is a former justice, And he will know how to conduct those hearings, procedures, so that they are legally correct, procedurally correct. And then Babe Singson, I think, is an obvious choice also because this is a former DPWH secretary. And we also, of course, a lot of the work will be on an accounting job, forensic accounting. So, of course, the expert Rosana Fajardo from the SGV will be able to provide that expertise. So I think we've covered all of the important areas that need to be handled. Beyond that, I cannot tell you how the commission will organize itself. I cannot tell you what the secretariat will look like. And the reason I cannot tell you is that these are not my decisions to make anymore. Those decisions will be made by the commission.
Next question from Ann Soberano.
Mr. President, good morning po.
Good morning.
Oo. Sir, hindi matatawaran ang track record ni Mayor Benjamin Magalong, lalo na po yung stint niya during CIDG chief siya. Pero may we know your thoughts, Mr. President, in choosing Mayor Magalong as special advisor and investigator ng ICI instead of tapping the NBI and the PNP-CIDG? Kasi na-mention nyo po na hindi po kayo magsasama ng politiko po sa komisyon. Although, special advisor naman po siya, Mr. President. Thank you.
Because NBI and all of those are part of the government. So again, there is, if there is a suspicion that maybe in the investigation, the previous investigations, baka tinulungan sila ng mga kasama nila sa NBI, mga ganon. These things happen. So, para matanggal na yung possibility na ganon ang mangyari, wala talagang kasama kundi sila. Pero eventually pupunta rin yan dun. Kasi kung may findings ang ICI na ang recommendation ay dalhin sa ombudsman, halimbawa, magko-conduct sila ng investigation. DOJ, magko-conduct sila ng investigation. But of course, they will be able to take note of the investigation that was already conducted by the independent commission. And in that case, that their preliminary investigations will not start from square one, but will continue to build on what has already been found by the ICI.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. We have two more questions, Mr. President.
Sure.
From Leth Narcisa, DZRH.
Good morning, Mr. President. Ibon Foundation said that billions of fund control funds concentrated in the ruling parties. May we get your comments, sir? Are you aware of it?
That is the case in every single how do you say, legislative body. Siyempre,
example, si Diskaya. Yung mga Diskaya, sila yung pinakamalaki na tumatanggap ng mga projects sa gobyerno mo, sa administrasyon mo. Now, sino ba itong mga Diskaya? Sino itong mga Diskaya? Ang tanong, di ba? Isa ito sa mga kapartido nyo, di ba? Kapartido ni Romualdez. Kapartido naman yan eh. Kaya nga, galit na galit yan si Vico Soto dyan sa mga Diskaya. Kasi tumatakbo, kinalaban siya, pero gumagawa rin na bilang kontraktor sa mga proyekto. Diyan siya galit eh, di ba? Sino ba namang hindi natin papaniwalaan? Ang mga Diskaya, kaalyado ng mga kapartido ng mga kampon, mga lahi nitong si Bongbong Marcos, Martin Romualdez, Zaldico, kayo yung mga kapartido. Ngayon, na si Diskaya nagsabi na ng totoo, binulgar na ang lahat, hindi ninyo na bigyan ng witness protection program, di ba? Anong sabi ni Remulla? Hindi namin tatanggapin yan kapag hindi niya sinauli yung mga pera. Ay, nako. So, paano natin? Are we for the truth? Ha? Tingnan lang natin kasi meron na siyang independent body. Paano na yun, Mr. President? Kapag ang dyan sa mga ICI na sinabi nyo, yan sa independent body nyong mag-investigate, ay kung masagasaan yung mga kapartido mo, okay lang ba sa'yo? Dapat walang walang kinikilingan, walang sinasanto, walang tinutulungan. Galing yan sa bibig mo, di ba?
The majority party is the majority party. So silang pinakamarami. But again, if there's nothing particularly about that because talagang pupunta they are the most numerous in the House. For example, Lakas is the most numerous in the House. So they will have the most locally funded projects. The problem here is not the amount. The problem here is the uses of those funds. Kahit naman sa kanila napunta lahat, kung magandang patakbo, di walang problema. Kung yung flood control, napakaganda. Kung yung lahat ng mga project, napakaganda.
So ano yung sinabi ni Diskaya? Maganda ba? Sabi nga ng mga Diskaya, nagbibigay sila ng 25% sa pinsan mo. Paano maging maganda ang proyekto niyan? May nakita nga pala ako. Isang video, isang Pinoy na nasa Japan. I'm not so sure kung nagtatrabaho ba siya sa Japan, pero kino-cover nila yung flood control projects doon sa Japan. Grabe guys, ang laki. Sana mapakita ko dito yan na baka na download ko yon. Ipapakita ko yan one of these days. Grabe, sobrang galing, sobrang ganda. With just a little amount, na provide yun ng mga taga-Japan. Because walang korupsyon. Dito, sinabi niya, sa ruling party na nandun lahat yung proyekto, tingnan lang natin. Kasi sabi mo, paano naman natin anuhin yan kapag maganda naman yung proyektong ginagawa? Walang magandang proyektong ginagawa ngayon. Kasi lahat ng mga contractors nagbibigay dito sa mga buhayang kongresista. Yung mga iba yung ibang mga buhaya talaga. Pero meron mga matitino dyan.
Yung dredging, perfect. Di ano problema? Walang problema.
Yan ang sabi niya ni Ping Lacson, Mr. President. Give me one flood control project na perfect. Ni isa lang. Kahit isang proyekto ng flood control na perfect, walang damage, very strong, quality, lahat. Kasi wala pa siyang nakita Kahit isang proyekto, wala pa.
But that is not the problem. That's not where the problem lies. The problem lies in the actual implementation of the projects. And that's what we are investigating. Wala namang ginagawang politika na naman.
Thank you, Mr. President.
That's what we wanted to do. Remove it from politics. Don't politicize this. It's simple numbers dito. Simple lang to. Magkano ang ninakaw na pera ng mga balasubas na ito? That's what we need to know. That's what we need to fix. And now that you bring it up, one of the things that we are looking at, dahil iniisip ko, kakasuhan natin sila. Then, okay, the cases will go on. May mananagot, meron dyan makukulong, meron dyan ma-fire, whatever. Para sa akin, kailangan buuhin nila yung project. Dahil, kung titignan ninyo, may warranty lahat yung project na yan. Kahit sinabi nilang completed, pag na-discover na hindi tama ang pagkagawa, they still have to respect, they still have to honor the warranty that they have given us to complete the project properly. So we can still go back to them at sasabihin natin sa kanila, balikan ninyo yung walang kwentang project na ginawa ninyo at ayusin ninyo ng maganda. Out of your own pocket. Number one. Now, I don't know what will happen after the ICI will make their findings known to whatever agency, kung they will be fined. Nasa sa kanila na yun. That's, again, it's beyond the executive's purview. So that I think, let us not focus on the politics of it. Let us focus on simple pesos and centavos of it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. The last question will come from Ivan Mayrina, GMA7.
Mr. President, while the ICI is just about to begin its work, protest actions have already been mounted and more are being organized.
Marami nang nagrarally. Galit na.
On the 21st are expected to be big. Is this a cause of concern for you that it might potentially snowball into something similar to what happened in Nepal or Indonesia?
Well, that is only if we don't do anything about it. Look, what we have found, you have to remember, I brought this up. And it is
ikaw lagi ang ikaw yung nag-brought up na imbestigahan ito ganyan. Kaya pati ang House, pati ang Senado ay nag-investigate. Ang tanong, Mr. President, ikaw rin yung unang nagmamayabang sa 5,500 flood control. Na you think na ipinagmayabang mo yun, ikayabang mo yun. Yun pala, problema yung pinagyayabang mo Di ba? Problema. So, don't think na ikaw, hero ka dito. Baka sasabihin mo, hero ka kasi sinabi mo, paimbestigahan mo. Hindi ka hero, Mr. President. In the first place, you are the President of the Philippines. Ang trabaho mo ay gumawa ka ng matinong mga projects, infrastructures, flood controls, pero pinabayaan mo. Naging irresponsible ka. Yun ang pulot dulo sa hindi ka dapat purihin. Sasabihin mo naman ikaw ang hero dito kasi pinaimbestigahan mo. Natural lang yun, trabaho mo yan as a president Pero bakit ngayon lang? Sa 3 taon na nagdaan, lagi nang nagsasabi ang taong bayan, flood control, laging bumabaha. Sinasabihan new normal na yan ba? New normal. Hindi yan new normal. Kagagawan mo yan sa pagiging irresponsible mo. Ikaw ang mabiblame. Now, kung ikaw ngayon ay manunumbat ka na ako yung nagpa-imbestiga dito, ako yung nangunguna dito, walang ikapapanumbat yung ginagawa mo. Because in the first place, you created this problem. So natural, ikaw rin ang magpa-imbestiga. Because of your negligence, bumuo itong mga problema na ito. So ngayon, ikaw, nagpatawag ka na ng solusyon dito. So, hindi mo yan dapat ikapanumbat. Because you created all these problems to the people.
It is my interest that we find the solution to what has become
you find solution to your own problem that you made. Kulang yung sinabi mo.
Very egregious problem. And since this has all been exposed, well, it's actually known to many people, but it has now been exposed to the general public. Do you blame them for going out into the streets? If I wasn't president, I might be out in the streets with them.
Magrarally ka doon. Kung hindi ka pa presidente, sabi mo, pupunta ka doon, magrarally ka. BBM, resign, ganun ka rin. Ipa-resign mo yung sarili mo. Wow, Mr. President, wag mo nang bulahin yung taong bayan. Hindi na kami maniniwala sa iyo. Maraming beses mo nang binola yung tao. Hindi na kaya na sa sikmura ng tao na maniwala pa sa iyo.
So, of course, they are enraged. Of course they're angry. I'm angry. We should all be angry. Because what's happening is not right. So, yes, express it. You come, you make your feelings known to these people. And
si Bongbong Marcos na ang nananawagan na lahat raw tayo, lalabas tayo, mag-rally tayo, pagalitan natin ang ginagawa ng mga kabalustugan ng ginawa ng gobyernong ito.
Make them answerable for the wrongdoings that they have done. Palaman ninyo ang sentimento, palaman ninyo.
Alam mo, Mr. President, nagbi-blame ka eh. Isa ka rin sa mga i-blame. Hindi ka, let us say, hindi ka corrupt. Hindi ka corrupt. Wala kang kinulimbat na pera sa taong bayan. Okay. Pero, trabaho mo na bantayan itong mga ganitong pangyayari. Wala kang ginawa. Ito ngang ICI na sinabi mo, this is already late. Dapat nga sana pag pagpasok mo sa pagiging presidente, bumuo ka na ng ganyan na independent body. 'Di ba? Pero dahil sa kapabayaan mo, dahil sa party ka na lang ng party, concert ka na lang ng concert, hinayaan mo na itong mga buwaya sa gobyerno kumain ng pera. Pinabayaan mo. Di ba? Noong panahon ni Duterte, hindi makalusot.
Paano nila kayo sinaktan? Kung paano kayo ninakawan nitong mga ito.
Kung paano mo pinabayaan rin. Kung paano mo pinabayaan na sinaktan ang taong bayan dito sa mga taong ito. O yan ang ibabalik sa iyo. Ikaw ang dahilan. Ikaw yung padre di pamilya ng bansang ito. Ikaw sana ang bantayan mo itong mga nananakit sa mga anak mo. O ganyan sana. Wala kang ginawa. Irresponsable ka.
Tama ninyo sa kanila, sigawan ninyo, lahat, gawin ninyo, mag-demonstrate. Just keep it peaceful. Kasi pagka hindi na peaceful, mahirap na yan. The police will have to do its duty to maintain peace and order. But to show that you are enraged, to show that you are angry, to show that you are disappointed, to show that you want justice, to show that you want fairness, what's wrong with that? I want to show that there's justice. I want to show that there is fairness. I want to hold these people accountable just like they do. So I don't blame them.
Ikaw yung presidente, gawin mo. Galit ang taong bayan. Lumalabas sila. Galit sila dito sa korupsyon na ito. Bilang isang presidente, anong gagawin mo? Bilang isang presidente, anong gagawin mo na mapakalma mo itong mga nagrarally? Bilang presidente, basic. Give them justice, Mr. President. Yun lang. How? How can you give justice? Ano yung mga isinisigaw nilang reklamo? Kung sinisigaw yan, mga pangalan ng pinsan mo, imbestigahan mo. Yun lang ang solusyon. Mababaw lang ang solusyon actually is right in front of you. Sabi pa nga ni Baste, ang problema, nasa harap ninyo yung problema. Imbestigahan nyo. Ang sigaw ng taong bayan, Zaldico, Martin Romualdez, ang mga korap. Yan ang sinisigaw nila. How can you give justice to these people? Sige nga, presidente ka, sobrang babaw lang yan. Kung bigyan mo sila ng justice, you have the control. You are the president. Di ba?
I don't blame them. Not one bit.
All right.
All right?
Maraming salamat, Mr. President. Thank you very much, members of the Malacanang Press
Thank you very
Corps.
much.
That concludes our...
Okay, so yun po. Kayo nang humusga, mag-comment, mag-react. Anong masasabi nyo sa press briefing niya? Sang-ayon ba kayo sa mga sinasabi niya? Okay, comment, react. babasahin natin yan sa comment section, okay? Ilatag nyo ang inyong mga argumento. Don't forget i-like at saka i-share itong video na ito para guys kakalat ito sa taong bayan. Marami po ang makaalam, makarinig kung ano ang nangyayari ngayon sa ating lipunan. Okay? And sa mga ngayon lang nanonood sa ating vlog dito sa channel na ito, sa Donmar TV, i-consider na i-subscribe kasi libre lang po ang subscription. Walang bayad yan. Okay? Updated ka pa sa ating mga balita. Okay? See you in my next video. Have a great day. Have a great night. God bless po sa ating lahat. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas and God save the Philippines. Bye-bye.